live and direct today here at WYEP. I'm Joey Spehar, sitting here with a room full of WYEP members. So good to see everybody. And of course, the reason we're all gathered here today is to check out some live music from the band WYEP. They are playing in Mr. Smalls tonight. Got a new album. It's so good. We're going to talk about it. But first, would you please kick us off with a song?
Thanks for having us. We are WYEP, or we're at least two of WYEP. And we're going to play a song off the new record called Noise in the Forest. Oh, 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 ready to go. Not sure if you've ever really seen me explode. Quieter than you probably expected, but oh, here I go again. Watching myself, not sure if I'm coming off as playing defense. Terrified of circumstances I might regret. Here I go again. And it gets to me still, this fear of the dark. So I hope to myself, like it's just noise in the forest. It's out the shadows from the trees. Might be a word, might be a choosing not to see. Don't feel like I can mess. When you make me feel like this, I'm just noise in the forest, noise in the forest. Oh, 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 oh. Anger begins. I push you with that can make any sense. Slowly the sentence I can look like a friend. Here I go again. Patiently there, you wait for the sunlight that comes after the rain. Hope you know I'm grateful every time you stay till I come round again. And it gets to me self, this fear of the dark. So I hope to myself, like it's just noise in the forest. Can't tell the shadows from the trees. Might be a wound, might be a choosing not to see. Don't feel like I can rest. When you make me feel like this, I'm just noise in the forest, noise in the forest. Oh, oh. Oh, 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 oh. There's a little rumble getting loud as hell. There's a little rumble getting loud as hell. There's a little rumble getting loud as hell. You got a problem, man. You better come to yourself. Little rumble getting loud as hell. Little rumble getting loud as hell. Little rumble getting loud as hell. You got a problem, well, you better come and tell me yourself. Noise in the forest, it's out the shadows from the trees. Might be a word, might be choosing not to see. Don't feel like I can mess. What you made me feel like this, I'm just noise in the forest, noise in the forest. Oh, 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 oh. This little rumble getting loud as hell. You got a problem with it. You better come tell me yourself.
It's WYEP, live and direct here on WYEP today. They're playing at Mr. Smalls tonight. They got a brilliant new album out called Bright Blues. It's really great to have you guys here. I should say we're here with Robbie and Jon. Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you for having us.
Well, you're welcome. So I think these days there's a lot more people that know about WYEP than, a few years back, which is really good. But if there's anybody listening right now who is unfamiliar with you, would you give us just a little bit of background? How did you guys get to this point?
Picture the scene, 2011. bunch of people doing what freshmen in college do. No, we were a band that met in Boston. I've been at it for 11 years now and still feeling like a young band. We came up in Boston basements and Allston basements, clawed our way to the point where we were traveling around the country. Had a whole pandemic happen to us, which waylaid us for a certain amount of time, but also yielded this new record. And now we're out here to play for you guys a sort of new chapter of the band. And this is the first time that we've kind of done anything at radio and on like a circuit kind of way. And it's been really pleasant and surreal, and you guys are already really nice.
They make it so easy, don't they?
Well, the show's not over yet, so like we could still lose them, but so far it feels like they're being receptive.
Well, I think a lot of people know you as a Boston band, but you recently moved to California. Is that right?
Don't tell anybody.
How's that working out, for better or for worse?
We're all working waiter jobs, but we're hoping to be actors soon. No, I mean, I think that moving to any of the biggest cities in the country is always a daunting process, but we are surrounded by musicians and people that love music, and that's a really gratifying feeling all the time. And it's a little scary, but we'll be okay.
Well, I think you guys have done a great job of having a sound, and not to say that you're pigeonholed into that sound, because it does evolve. And I read that while making this new album, you were really pushing yourselves to kind of expand your boundaries while staying true to stay true to what makes Ripe ripe. So my question, what does make Ripe ripe?
Hi, I'm Robbie. This is Jon. I think the two things that immediately come to mind, and I'll preface this with you ask everybody, you'll get a slightly different answer, but I think the fact that we don't see a distinction between sort of catharsis through more sentimental stuff and catharsis through joy is something that we can bring to the stage. Like, we play now quiet music on our stage for parts of our shows and still hope that people dance and like let go of what they're feeling in that space. And I think also the tension between being a bunch of music nerds and wanting to make music that does not show the music nerd seams that we've been doing for so many years, because we all love a huge amalgam of music. And we've sort of been spending the last 10 years really trying to hone in on how to make one song that captures all the things, or one body of work that captures all the things, without being like, and here's where we show that we like Earth, Wind & Fire, and here's where we show that we like rock music. And I think the longer that we're at it, the more those things sort of all blend together into something unique.
And then there's the whole other issue of you make records in a studio and you go out on stage and perform those songs, but you've got to make it a little bit different. And I think your record sounds awesome, but you're also one of those bands where it's like you got to see them live. So how do you straddle that line as a band?
I think, honestly, we've started to allow the things to be more distinct from each other. The most listenable album and the most effective live show are going to be two different and equally thought-out beasts. And rather than feeling like we always need to derive one exactly from the other, we just work to make both things, breathe by themselves, or at least try to. You guys let us know if it's any good.
Well, let's check it out right now. Well, how about a couple of songs?
A couple? Yeah. This is another song off of that record that just came out, Bright Blues, called Queen of the City. Thank you very much for listening, guys. This is already a lot of fun.
Okay, yeah, that seems smart. Do the whole
band breakdown. We're doing it live,
It's our first time doing this.
Yeah.
Okay, there we go. Yeah.
Like I said, we're doing it live.
Acoustic, I'm sorry.
Before the show, I hear she kinda runs this town, or so I'm told. She spent the night showing me things I did not know, but I'm starting to get the picture. Oh, we hit the bar because the line was going slow. She said it's fine, that hipster joint is such a joke. She says she paints and works in tech and does it all remotely. I'm starting to get the picture. I'm starting to get the picture. Ooh, I'm worried I hate this city. Ooh, she says you're gonna love it soon. Ooh, as long as I have her with me, I can't think of nothing else to do. The queen of the city, you gotta forgive me. But girl, I wanna listen to you talk away the day. Queen of the city, you gotta forgive me. But girl, I love to feel that when there's nothing left to say. Queen of the city, queen of the city. The spotlight follows her no matter where she goes. She's something else, my very own one-woman show. She knows more about me than I ever hoped to know. But I'm starting to get the picture. I'm starting to get the picture. Ooh, I'm worried I hate that city. Ooh, she says you're gonna love it soon. Ooh, as long as I have her with me, I can't think of nothing else to do. Queen of the city, you gotta forgive me. But girl, I wanna listen to you talk away the day. Queen of the city, you gotta forgive me. But girl, I love the feeling when there's nothing left to say. A queen of the city, 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 queen of the city. That song is very different, much more high energy disco live. But it's fun to let them take a walk and breathe slightly differently. The next one's a sitting song. You guys look like you're doing the right thing out there. Every show's gotta have tuning. I don't mind if it's acoustic. We still gotta have the moment.
Trying to face away from the mic.
No problem, it's all right. The people listening will never know.
I'll just jump in right now to say if they are just tuning in, this is WYEP and we're live and direct with Ripe, playing at Mr. Smalls tonight. New album is so good. Are we tuned?
Absolutely. Thanks to WYEP for having us. It definitely is where the music happens. No! No! I tried so hard. Where the music matters. You can edit this, right? This isn't going out live on the radio or anything. Fork. This is a song called Paper Cups. We're a band called Ripe on WYEP, where the music matters. Oh, I've been worried about the payout, worried about the wasted time. Went and had a moment by the mountainside. I've been staring at the patterns. I've been learning how to ease my mind, trying to see what matters. I mess up sometimes. Does it ever come easily? Will it be waiting for me? Break my neck to try to see exactly where we're going. Is that enough? Or am I just filling up paper cups till I spill out of you, clean me up till I freak out, you pick me up? Is that enough? Or am I just filling up paper cups till I spill out of you, clean me up? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, 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 yeah. Oh, We were looking for a way out. We stayed up for one more night. Said we had a good run, then we said goodbye. I've been worried about the payout. I don't know how to live my life. Hoping I have more time left to get it right. Does it ever come easily? Will it be waiting for me? Break my neck to try to see exactly where we're going. Is it enough? Or am I just filling up paper cups till I so out of you clean me up, till I freak out of you pick me up? Is it enough? Or am I just filling up paper cups till I so out of you clean me up? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Ooh. Oh. When it goes, it goes, it goes, it goes. Oh, not the same as I was anymore. Oh. Ooh. Is it enough? Or am I just filling up paper cups till I too out of you clean me up, till I freak out of you pick me up? Is it enough? Or am I just filling up paper cups till I too out of you clean me up? Yeah. Ooh, oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
All right, nice job, guys. You should take a show on the road or something.
One of these days.
It's Ripe, live and direct here at WYEP. The new album is Bright Blues, and they are playing at Mr. Smalls tonight. So you guys ended up in Pittsburgh on what I'm calling right now is the nicest week that we are getting in 2023. I got to think that's on you, bringing your infectiously positive music here to Pittsburgh.
We very actively control the weather out here, so I'm really glad that somebody finally took notice. You guys are welcome for the sunshine and the heat.
We appreciate it.
No, it has been a beautiful day, and it's really nice to be out here. Thank you guys very much for having us.
Can you talk a bit about the role of positivity in your music?
No. No, I think that for the longest time, it kind of feels like there's this weird, like, I don't know, people say things like it's easier to write sad songs than happy songs because most happiness, like, you don't necessarily want to scratch the surface on, and most sadness is unique and deep and, you know, makes you think about it constantly. And I think that for us, it's just never really seemed like those two things are such opposites. There's more sort of like the positive and negative nodes on a battery where they like have to be interconnected and they don't really exist without each other. Because nobody has ever actually like needed to feel better, and someone's like, "Don't worry, you're already feeling better." Like, that's a substance. That's not a mental process, you know.
It makes sense because, I think about a song like Noise in the Forest, which we just heard not too long ago. Incredibly catchy and poppy, but I read a bit about how that song came to be, and it was, and correct me if I'm wrong, but you guys are having this discussion about a person's capacity for anger, and that turns into that song. How?
There's always a sort of alchemy in the room where like you can kind of feel when something is resonating with everybody. But I think that a lot of the people I know that are the most chill just have a method to kind of burn off all the excess energy that would otherwise kind of sit in them as tension or anger. And I think that, it's fun to play with the idea of a band that airs on the side of this sunny, like working through anger to get back to that sunny place. It just feels a little bit less like children's music than just being like, it's already good, don't have any problems, which will be the single for the next album.
Well, I think it all kind of comes together on the song Brendan, which literally made me laugh out loud. For those who aren't familiar, Can you talk about that song and who Brendan and Caitlin are as characters?
Yeah, why not? Brendan is a song that was kind of written lyrically with two major people in mind. One is sort of the everyman work of Bruce Springsteen, and the other one is this book, Death with Interruptions by Jose Saramago. And just kind of the feeling that, like, rather than viewing death as this kind of awe-inspiring, quake in your boots thing, just viewing it as like some guy clocking in and day out, who we called Brendan because there's no good reason. Because once in a while people are like, I'm Brendan, and I'm like, that's not why we wrote the song, but that's okay. And Caitlin also just is like the kind of feminized idea of a god that also is just doing their job and kind of viewing these things as like necessary services rather than, holy terrors. And the song kind of flowed out from there. We're not going to play it, so this is the one where it's like, if you like my explanation of it and you want me to stop dancing about architecture, listen to our song Brendan off the record Bright Blues.
Well, I think we are going to hear this next song I want to ask about, and that is Settling. So, this song, if anybody's heard it, for me anyway, it's just this earworm that pops into my brain when I'm least expecting it, and then I'm just singing along. I didn't even hear the song, so it makes me curious. Do you know that when you're writing it? Does it ever click for you guys like, oh wow, this is the one that's gonna really, stick in there? Or is it a surprise every time?
I think it's more you like go into the working space not knowing what you're gonna come out with. And I think that honestly, every song on this record had at least one like aha moment for us. We definitely knew that we had something with Settling, but that was also because we have a team around us that was able to immediately seize on that when they heard it and be like, there's something here. And now we get to watch people explode to it at the live shows, and it definitely feels like there's something with that song.
Feel like playing it?
No. But we will for radio! No, I'm joking. Thank you very much for having us. Thank you for the interview, Joey. That was awesome. One more time, we are Ripe. That's John. I'm Robbie. This camera. Sorry, it's a Hot Ones joke if anybody's listening on radio that has no idea why I'm saying things. This song is called Settling. You get mad when you get told to watch your tone, yeah, you get angry. But hold your breath while you count down and not be angry. Easy, good, bite your toe. Whoa, yeah. Every time that you behave, every time you play it safe, you can feel it getting harder. Still, when everything's to get better, but you're not sure if it's not, it's never, there's never been done before. Might be harder, Friday, but when everything's to get better, it's a lot like it's settling down. Ooh, it feels a lot like it's settling down. It feels a lot like it's settling down. You're still trying, but maybe if you let it go and just stop trying, finally say what's on your mind. To hell with time. Is it easier to bite your toe? Every time that you behave, every time you play it safe, you can feel it getting harder. Still, when everything's to get better, get better, but you're not sure. It's now or it's never, there's never been done before. Might be caught up right there, but when everything's to get better, there's a lot lazy left. I feel a lot like it's a lot. It feels a lot like settling. Yeah. Thanks again for listening, y'all. Not like Saturday. Yeah. Yeah. Ooh. When it thinks to get better, get better, but you're not sure if it's now or it's never, there's never been on before. Might be counter Friday, but when it thinks to get better, there's a lot of lights in the ooh, oh, I feel a lot of lights in the ooh, I feel a lot like settling. Ooh, I feel a lot like settling. It feels a lot like settling.
So good. Man, they're still clapping for you. It's live and direct today with the band WYEP. They are playing at Mr. Smalls tonight, touring with another band called Couch. They got a great record out, Bright Blues. And one last question for you guys. I saw you play last summer, and it was probably the hottest day in Pittsburgh. And I believe you made a comment on stage about how upset you are the bands are basically required to wear jeans. So this summer, are you going to continue down that path? Or are you going to suck it up and put some short pants on?
We're actually going to wear 2 pairs of jeans now so we can rock twice as hard. But I actually have since started, I don't know if anyone else had this moment in their lives where all their friends got married at once. And I'm actually feeling the other side of that coin, where now like musicians have to wear at least jeans, but they can also kind of get away with jeans everywhere. It's like you put a sports coat on this thing, all of a sudden I'm wedding appropriate.
Mm-hmm. Smart, versatile. It's WYEP, live and direct here on WYEP.